And the recording is going. So Scott, ready when you are.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning. We made it to August. Today is August 3rd. So hopefully everyone had a wonderful morning. And this is our 48th session. Our sessions take us all the way back to, I think, March. Or definitely
April. We started to do these in April.
Early April. Okay, cool. Awesome. So, so we're 4 months into this, and we are very excited and as jazzed as we are every week to find out new things and talk to new business owners and clients and conquer new challenges, whether it be EIDL or PPP or state loan guarantee, or maybe we'll hear about some Main Street. We're not sure yet. Maybe we'll hear about a second round of PPP. We don't know. There's a lot of cool things happening. A lot of things that we're hearing that are going to come here next week. So we're not going to talk about them this week, but we might get to them. I'm sure you guys and gals are probably going to ask the questions. I'm sure everybody watched the news this weekend. So we'll see what we can do as far as answering most or all your questions today. Alan, our Zoom guy, Montague, he's the one that set this up today. So hopefully everybody got it and found it. He likes when I give him heads up and updates on when I want to do a poll. So maybe when we get done with the end, I do want a poll to engage everyone. You know, we've done these for the last month, really, like where we've had 100 people, 150, 200, but we only get about 40 questions, mostly answered by Sunita as I speak and go through the process, but or the motions of this. But we like to know from you. Like we did a lender panel last week. I don't know if we should ask a poll about how everybody thought it went, or what you want more of, or if it was too much, too fast, too many lenders, stuff like that. Some feedback on that. Or if you'd like us to talk about different things, like forgiveness or more money. I don't know, but we really like to hear from you. So we'll try to cultivate some sort of poll. I gave Alan plenty of time. He could figure it out how to do it by himself, or we could talk about it more later. So we'll get to our show here. So this is our Small Business Town Hall Disaster Relief Loan Updates. This is brought to you every Monday and Wednesday from Northern California SBDC, Small Business Development Center Network. You can go to ASKSBDC.com and view this as we speak. We have a YouTube and all the other great things that are brought to us by technology. And we are all in this together. So thank you for joining us today. Quick introduction, SBDC has been around for 40 years this year. So happy birthday to us and to you for having access to us at no cost. So we, Northern California SBDC, we cover the most 36 northern counties of the state. We go from the Oregon border down the coast to Santa Cruz. We cover all 9 counties of the Bay Area. We go southeast to Stockton, then back up through the Nevada, the Oregon border. So we are funded by SBA, federally funded by SBA, Small Business Administration, and that's where we get most of our money. And then we get some partial money from the state of California at the Economic Development Office of the Governor's Office, which is called GoBiz. And because of this funding, we come to you at no cost. 100% no money is paid from you to us. It is all your federal tax dollars at work. So we offer one-on-one advising, also educational workshops, webinars, and events such as like these webinars. We do have representatives from SBA on the call. We'll get to them a little bit later for some updates, but we have the interim director for the Sacramento District Office, Carrie Ellenwood, and then we have David Castaneda, also from the same office. Hey, David, real quick, what is your title? Do you unmute yourself, David? Oh, all right, maybe later. Okay, so my name is Scott Rogowski. I'm the director of the Finance Center, Northern California SBDC Finance Center. I also have Sunita Maharaj on the phone. She is our associate director of the Finance Center, NorCal. She's the one answering all the questions, and then will also help me manage the Q&A as we continue. What we do and what SBDCs do in general is we are here for you at no cost, your federal tax dollars. Before COVID, we were helping you with anything. It would have been startups or growing or expanding or buying people, buying staffing and growing and marketing and HR issues and e-commerce and international trade and all the great things that whatever it takes to start, grow, operate, sustain, and sell your business. But during COVID, we've had to become experts on PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, like the law and the loan product of it, and then EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the law and the loan product, and then how it all works with your business and forgiveness and all this great stuff. So we're here for you at no cost. At the Finance Center, we specialize in nothing but helping you access capital. It could be COVID capital, it could be disaster capital, it could be PPP, EIDL, it could be startup capital, it could be buying a building capital, any type of capital, we're here for you at no cost. So that's what we do. Quick agenda, we're gonna go through a disclaimer. We're gonna go through EIDL and PPP parameters, local and national PPP lenders, how to find them, state guarantee disaster loans, and how we can help you get money, an SBA update. Actually, I do not have the upcoming webinars. I forgot to tell Alan that before this call. So there's actually no slide of that unless Alan has one that he can show that he can create as I go through this. But who knows? Because July is gone and now we're into August. But yeah, he's smiling. Look at that. We'll get to Q&A. So disclaimers, I forgot to change this. I apologize. Sunita and I always miss like little things on these. So my fault on this. There is not 2 weeks remaining for PPP. There is technically 5 days. If you count today, it's 6 days, but because we change this thing daily and sometimes, you know, I miss little things. So I apologize, but things are changing all the time. This information was correct when we put the presentation together, but things are changing all the time. So the EIDL is back open for everyone. And we don't have a sunset date on the EIDL as we speak, unless Carrie wants to mention it later, but as we speak, it's just open. It's open-ended. It probably expires possibly in September, December, but I'm not sure if we have a definitive date on that yet. EIDL is open back up for everyone, including 501c3s, C4s, and C6s. C3 is a charitable organization. If you don't know who you are. C4s is educational platform or educational nonprofit, and C6s are usually chambers or other membership-based organizations. PPP is sunset August 8th, next week. Actually, is that this week? That's Saturday, actually. So Saturday, it's sunset Saturday. So not 2 weeks remaining. You have this week, you have 6 days. And we are hearing about an extension, but we don't have it yet. We don't have the law. We don't have any of that. I've seen the law. It's 92 pages, but I mean, like the law write-up, but it's not here yet. So we're not going to actually be able to talk about it educationally or smartly about it because it's not here yet. But we're assuming we're hopefully going to find out before Saturday, but more likely Monday or Sunday night. Please don't hesitate to apply for EIDL or PPP. Don't hesitate at all. I don't care what you heard from your CPA, your bookkeeper, your mom, your dad, your business partner, your like little squirrel on the street. I don't know who you heard it from, but do not hesitate to apply. This money is here for you, and it's here for you for a reason. All right. So EIDL PPP parameters. So like I said, a lot of this has been the same for the last 1 to 2 months. EIDL has been the same since they pretty much launched it. There's a few things that changed with it, but for the most part, it stayed the same. PPP's changed quite a bit. EIDL is 2.75% for nonprofits that I mentioned, 3.75% for everyone else, 30 years for everyone, 11 months deferred payment. You don't have to make your payment until the first of the 12th month, which if you got the EIDL like in August, that would be, you know, August of next year. So you got plenty of time to kind of float some payments. Interest does accrue though for the payment deferral. Collateral is only required over $25,000 of a loan. So if you get a $25,000 or more loan, they may ask for collateral. If you have it, great. If you don't worry. They're not going to decline you because you don't have it. Personal guarantees are not required until anything over $200,000. So pretty cool. Forgivability, there is none on the loan. No forgivability on the loan. Also forgot to mention there's no more advance. There's no more EIDL advance. EIDL advance is extinguished. It's gone. No more. EIDL, you can spend it on anything operating expenses, cost of goods, and any interest, debt, monthly payments. You're not allowed to spend it on expansion equipment, paying off full amounts of loans, or any tax liens. There's other loans that exist out there that we can help you with that can pay for all that other stuff. PPP is 1% for everyone, 1% for everyone. It's 2 or 5 years. The reason why is before June 5th, everyone got 2 years. After June 5th, everyone got 5 years. If you have a 2-year and you want a 5-year, you have to go to your lender and negotiate it, write it down, and document it. We can help you with that if you need help, but there is an option for you to go from 2 to 5 if you really want that. The deferment is 10 months after your covered period. 10 months after your covered period, whether that's 8 weeks or 24 weeks, 10 months after your covered period. So right now, we're not looking into people making payments until March. If you're the first tranche, second tranche, people are still getting funded. That's not going to be until probably like June or July of next year, which is amazing. Interest does accrue, though, as you're sitting there not paying the payment. No collateral or no personal guarantee is required for PPP. Potentially up to 100% forgivable if you spend the money appropriately, which is 60% or more on payroll costs, including state taxes, or 40% or less on utilities, mortgage, interest, monthly payments, or rent. You can't spend it on workman's comp. It doesn't cover workman's comp. It doesn't cover federal taxes. And then it doesn't cover anything that's not part of the 4 uses, which is an acronym that was brought up by a gentleman by the name of Mark Quinn. He used to work for SBA. He came up with this really cool, funny acronym called RUPEEs. And so rent, utilities, payroll costs, interest, mortgage, interest debt payments. Sorry, interest mortgage payments. Yeah. All right, cool. So local and national PPP lenders are running out of time. You only have 5-6 days left. So I actually did update this screen. You can go to sba.gov/paycheck/find, and you can type in your zip code and find some cool local lenders, regional lenders, maybe statewide lenders. If you're looking for a great national lender, you can go to bluevine.com. You can click on apply now, and they're an aggregator. They actually shop the market for you across the country for all the different lenders that exist currently that are offering PPP loans, so you don't have to do that at no cost, which is awesome. So they've been known to place capital within a day or two. They're amazing. All right, so we went over the federal guaranteed loans. EIDL is a direct loan from SBA, so it's a federal loan from SBA. The PPP is a loan from your lenders, everyday lenders that are 7A SBA lenders, and it's guaranteed by SBA. On the state side, there's this thing called FDC, Financial Development Corporation, State Guaranteed Disaster Loan. And if you didn't get enough for PPP, which I'm hearing about, also I'm hearing about that there's larger companies that applied for a larger, like they wanted larger than $150,000 from EIDL, but that's all they got. So if they're interested in getting other loans that are similar to EIDL, just the rates are a little bit higher. EIDL is 3.75. These are 4.25 to 5.25. It's still about probably a 25 to 30 year loan. There is some deferment, but it's not as great as the EIDL loan, if you ask me, but there is options out there. So say you got 150 grand EIDL, it wasn't enough. You got a PPP, it wasn't enough. And then you want a third loan. I'd recommend to get this state guarantee loan. We help you find the lender so you don't have to go out there and spend all the time to do that. You can get up to $1 million, as little as $5 grand. And there is a fee you have to pay for this. It's like an SBA fee, so similar to a guarantee fee, but a state guarantee fee. There's two I guess, service providers in Northern California for the area that we cover. There's California Capital, FDC, in Sacramento. Debbie Miramoto and her team do an excellent job to get these loans out, working with local lenders. NorCal FDC in Oakland, Sanford Livingston, and Chris Horton do an excellent job running that organization. So if you need help finding these and you want to find these, come to us. It's better to come to us than to go directly to FDCs, because they're going to be inundated, and they have to have almost like a full package before they go talk to a lender. So yeah, it's best to come to us first. So what do we do for you at no cost to help you get money? So we're not going to become like your CPA and bookkeeper, but you could be introduced to them if you'd like us to be introduced to them, to help you kind of organize your financials, get them all together so that you can give them to a lender. We'll do a quick fundability test, make sure that you are fundable. Maybe can you afford a loan, whether you're a startup or you're an existing, or you need a COVID loan or disaster loan or PPP and EIDL wasn't enough. You need help putting the debt service together to see if you can get another loan. We can help you with all that. We call that a fundability test. If your credit's not so great, you're like, not everybody has a 850 or 900 credit score. So anything under 750, you usually have to write a story about it, like a little story. If you have trouble with that, we can help you kind of tell the story about your credit. they'll run a credit report, but telling a story about it makes it kind of better and easier to understand because a credit report doesn't tell you a story. So collect and organize your financials. Either if you have these like through QuickBooks, cool. If you don't, CPA or bookkeeper introduction would be helpful to us so you can run your business. We can talk to them. We're going to need to collect some of these financials. If you are a startup, we're going to need a business plan. If you don't know how to write one, we can help you write one. If you know how to do projections, we can help you do projections. Right now, everyone is being asked for projections, regardless if you're an existing business or a startup business, because the banks don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like nobody knows, right? We don't know what's going to happen the rest of the year. We're not sure what's going to happen in 2021. So we need to put together some really good projections. We can help you with that at no cost. We have experts in projection field and business plan. Not everybody likes to write a business plan. I don't like it. I don't think Sunita likes it, but we have some amazing people that just love it. They eat this stuff up. We got this guy named Don that just loves projections, eats them for breakfast. It's amazing. So we have people that love to do this. We can help you at no cost. So exciting. So we'll help you pre-qualify you and your business for a business loan, which is not common everyday practice. You can't just go out there and shop the market for a loan like you can for like a business loan, like you can for a car or a home and qualify. So we can do that for you, with you at no cost. It's amazing. It's an awesome service. And then we'll introduce you to lenders to fund your business. And we'll do that as many times as we need to find you a lender. We'll ask the tough questions that you don't know how to ask to the lenders to get the right answers or to get even the wrong answers, but just to get an answer because sometimes they make you wait. So we can do that with you. Cool. So we're at the SBA Support screen. I'm not sure if Carrie can see the screen, but we have our interim deputy director for the Sacramento District Office in Citrus Heights, Carrie Ellenwood, on the call. We have her teammate, David Castaneda, also on the call, but he's in the woods. So, so we will get to Carrie for an update. Carrie.
Thank you, Scott. So right now, as of July 30th, the Paycheck Protection Program has made over 5 million loans for $520 billion and some extra there. The average loan size now is $102,000, which is good news for smaller businesses, making sure we're taking care of their needs. As Scott mentioned, there's quite a few lenders out there still doing the Paycheck Protection Program loans, and they do expire. That program expires on August 8th. So if you are interested, you'll want to hurry and get your paperwork together with some help from the SBDC and get that into a lender. At this time, there's only one Paycheck Protection Program loan available for a small business. So if you already have one, you would not be able to get a second one at this time. In the EIDL loan area, since July 26th is the data point, we have over 2 million, almost 3 million loans for over $163 billion. California was the state that's received the most of this funding with 469,000 loans for over $29 billion. These loans are again direct from SBA in the EIDL loans, and the Paycheck Protection loans do come from your local lenders. There's also a call today for the Asian American Pacific Islander small business owners. That'll be in 8 different languages. It's at 2:30. You can find information out about that on our SBA.gov website. Scott, that's all I have for SBA right now. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then David Castaneda, do you have an update? And if you do, David, can you please tell me your title? I forgot your title. I apologize.
Okay, yeah, I'm an economic development specialist with the SBA. And yeah, I'd like to share some resources. So the Small Business Development Center is one of the resources that SBA funds and manages nationwide. We have SCORE and the Women's Business Center and the Veteran Business Outreach Center that also provide resources. In your chat box, I put in links to, for example, the SBA Sacramento District Office. So if you'd like to visit our calendar of events to look at classes in the Northern California area, you can go there. Also the NorCal SBDC, again, they have a lot of good classes that are going on that complement what's going on here. SCORE, their national website, has a lot of good classes. For example, the national SCORE website coming the 6th of August, they have a free webinar, How to Assess the Past 60 Days and Prepare for What's Next. The Women's Business Center is another one of our resources. We have one in Mount Shasta and one in Sacramento. The Mount Shasta one, and I have the link in the chat box if you'd like to go to it, on 18th of August, they have 7 steps to cultivating powerful customer service during COVID. So a lot of good resources out there that are absolutely free. Take advantage of them. And again, this is part of the resource partners of the SBA that we work with, the Small Business Development Center, with Scott and his group here, SCORE, the Women's Business Center, and one others I did not put on here, I should have, excuse me, is the Veteran Business Outreach Center. So that's another one that you can visit. They're in every state and cover every county. So take a look at those resources. They're very helpful. Okay, back to you, Scott. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, David Castaneda. And thank you very much, Carrie Ellenwood, for the updates. Much appreciated. For those of you that are in the process of an EIDL loan and you're not sure what the number is, it's here. It's 800-659-2955. You can email them at disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. And then also, if you're looking for reconsideration, like you were declined, or you want more money, or you want to negotiate some part of your loan application, you can email them at pdcrecons@sba.gov. Yeah. And then one thing I wanted to tell you, so like if you're not getting the response that you want to get from SBA, if you email them or call them, or you email the reconsideration email, you can call us and email us. You can call us. It's better if you call us at 833-ASK-SBDC. 833-ASK-SBDC. You can call us for reconsideration and denial for anything, really, anything loan related. So if you were declined, or you want more money, or you want less money, or whatever, we can help you with that, help you navigate all that. We have great partners such as like Carrie and David that can help as well. You can go to our website at ASKSBDC.com. That's being constantly updated with new information and deletion of like old information. You can email us if you prefer to email at loans@AskSBDC.com. If you speak Spanish, or you prefer to speak Spanish, or you want to hear what we're talking about in Spanish, you can email our excellent team at Espanol@AskSBDC.com. Oscar Garcia and Edith Gomez of the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce's in Sacramento does an excellent job. They have a team of experts, loan experts, advisor experts, just like the Finance Center, but all in Spanish, which is amazing. They teach in Spanish. They have a Thursday rolling call that you can find out about on AskSBDC.com that you can like jump onto if you want to, and find out all the great things that are happening, just like we're talking about here in Spanish. It's awesome. So we're going to go to Q&A. Not sure if Alan has some.
I do. I have a really nice slide which I'm going to share with everybody right now.
I'll stop sharing. All right, cool. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is what's coming up over the next few weeks from various parts of our network, or from the regional side of our network. So on tomorrow we've got something from some attorneys we're working with, and that's on legal essentials for doing business online, how to protect yourself with when you're moving part of your business to an online environment, staying on the right side of copyright and other laws there. Our restaurant team are going to be busy this month as well. They've got a 2-part program on how to launch an local artisan food business. That's this week, Tuesday and Thursday. And then next Monday, they start a Food Trucks 101, an incubator to prepare for business. So it's a new, it's if you're thinking about starting a food truck business, from zero to all the way to getting ready. And that's every Monday in the afternoon, 4 o'clock. We also have, they're doing something on branding and marketing to help your restaurant stay alive. And then on the 18th, so that's a couple of weeks from now, we've got emergency preparation for your business, planning in advance for a disaster. So COVID is not the only thing that can impact your business right now. We're coming into wildfire season, as we know our friends down in Southern California are seeing that right now. And we have to expect at very least power shutoffs, if not probably some wildfires up in our territory. So a great program that was started up from our Mendocino group, and they're going to be running that for the whole region on Tuesday the 8th in the morning. And then our legal team's back for some stuff on commercial lease agreements on Thursday the 20th. And then an English version of something that was very popular, but it was done in Spanish. And we're doing it in English. It's on the 25th. So a case study of COVID exposure in the workplace. So what happens if somebody who works for or who's working for you has been exposed to COVID? And so this was a case of a restaurant, but it applies to any business. How you manage that internally and customer facing. So what's involved in that? So that's what we're doing at our network at the regional level. But I say most of the local centers are doing stuff as well. And you can go to that link, SBDC.events network calendar, and that will give you the whole range of things that are being done across up and down our network in August and beyond. So we'll keep you posted on anything we add to that, and look forward to seeing you in those in the next few weeks. Okay, I'm going to stop the share, and you can reshare if you want, Scott. I do have a poll ready as well for you, Scott, because I'm that good.
No way. You got a poll ready?
I have a poll ready for you. So it's
let's do the poll before we go to questions.
Okay.
Sunia's doing an excellent job answering all the questions. She's answered 27, and we only have 3 left. So yeah, let's go to a poll since we're.
I'm going to let the panelists also answer this. So it's 2 questions on this poll. First question is Scott wanted some feedback about our program the lender panel. So we'd like to know what you thought of it. Maybe you missed it. Maybe you thought it was there and just perfect, or that maybe there were too many lenders, or not enough lenders, or too specific, or too vague, or too fast, or too slow. Pick anything that matches your experience. And then the second part, what are the things you might want to hear about? So we talked about PPP forgiveness, EIDL reconsideration, expansion financing, startup financing, or other COVID finance options. So a whole bunch of choices to give us an idea of what you thought of the last thing we did and what you'd like us to do going forward. And I'll leave that up there while you talk about questions.
Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me answer. So sweet of you.
I'm good like that.
Yeah. So there's only 2 more questions. Sunita's answered, almost 30 questions. So thank you, Sunita. Great job, Sunita. Glad that you don't have any construction going on today. Somebody says, are we allowed to purchase a laptop for the business using the EIDL loan funding that has been received? Wow. I mean, you're not supposed to purchase equipment. I wonder if Carrie can answer this question, if it's like a hard no, or if it's like, if you normally buy equipment monthly, like in the past, it's a pattern, so it means you can. So do you know the answer, Carrie?
Well, I would suggest that if they do want to purchase a laptop like that, technically new equipment purchases is not what that program is for. But if they did have a loan payment for equipment or existing payments for equipment type of things, they could make those with it. But to out and out purchase it would technically not follow the intent of the program. And then I saw earlier, Sunita, were you able to answer the question about how do they return the EIDL funds? Because I have a process for that here.
No, I didn't answer that. I was leaving it up there so that way we could say it live so everybody gets that info.
Absolutely. So if for some reason you've decided not to use your EIDL advance, or you decided to return the funds or any portion of an EIDL loan, you would want to make that check out to SBA. You'd want to put on it EIDL return, and then your 10-digit application number with your business name or the borrower's name, and you'll mail that check to SBA 721 19th Street, Denver, Colorado 80202. And I can type that in for you, Sunita, if that would be better.
Yes, sorry. I was answering another question. Trying to multitask too much here, I guess.
Yeah, if you could text, or you put it in the chat, that'd be cool, Carrie. Hey, has anybody heard, I received some text over the weekend. Has anybody heard that if you apply now for a PPP loan and you put, and they ask you what your advance is, and you got an advance, and if you put that, if you tell them it was like $2,000, then they will fund you $2,000 less than what you are qualified for? Has anybody heard that? Carrie, have you heard that? Like, these companies are funding, if they ask you for your EIDL advance up front, like the amount that you got, they're funding you, the PPP lender is funding you less that, so if you apply for, you apply for 25 grand, you get 25 grand of PPP, but you received a $2,000 advance, they're only giving you 23,000. Have you heard of this yet?
I have heard that, and there's some different interpretations of that, Scott, and I don't have a definitive answer today because that still has been a point of conversation. So if I can get something for sure for you by Wednesday, I'll look into that and do that for you. There have been a couple different interpretations, but there's a conversation around not having double dipping, and that's the terminology that I've heard, but certainly I can look into that and give you a better answer on Wednesday.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I didn't know how to answer the question, and I've never heard of that, and it doesn't sound kosher. I mean, it doesn't sound like that's the right way to do it, and it doesn't sound like the lenders would have a choice to actually even say that or do that. So I'm really confused. So yeah.
Yeah, there's some fine points of definition between the two programs, and let me see if I can get a really good answer for you Wednesday.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, how long does it take for reconsideration of rejected application after a request to reconsider it? So it takes, it's case by case, Mr. or Mrs. Polomera. It depends on a lot of different factors. It depends on if you use if you like exactly answered the question that they asked with all the direct, clarity and documentation. If you didn't do that, then it could take a long time. If you did that, then it could take a week, but it depends. So if you're having issues with that, you could call us. You can call us if you wish. All right, so kind of a bigger question. How do I pay myself with PPP? Do I just pay myself the estimated monthly profit I got off my Schedule C in addition to what I'm currently making from work? I still have a job, but my income has been cut severely. So Allison,
sorry, I was going to tell her to contact us because it's more than a yes or no or do this or do that kind of answer. I was just typing that out. If they call us, and that way we can review your complete Schedule C and see exactly what's going on and how much you received, because that right there is going to tell us a lot. So it's hard to tell you right now how much, Allison, without seeing your documentation. So please reach out to us, 833-ASK-SBDC, if you are a client or not a client yet. So please reach out to us.
Thank you very much, Sunita. That's a great answer. So it's a little tough. So Sunita's typing. Okay. Yes to the $2,000 less. This happened earlier to a client who got PPP via Square. Carry on. Yeah. So thanks for telling us. Yeah, we'll get a better answer from Carrie. I don't think this is actually legit. I don't think lenders are supposed to be doing this, but what do I know? I didn't write the law, but the law doesn't say that. It says something else. It says it will minus the total forgiveness, PPP, minus the advance from the total forgiveness amount. It doesn't say that they'll fund you the less amount. That doesn't mean making sense. I don't even know why this is even coming up right now, but hopefully Carrie will get a really good answer for us later. So just to confirm, I have my idle loan in my savings account. I pay for most of my vendor purchases by my credit card. Would the correct process be, example, 5,000 in new purchases on my credit card, transfer 5,000 from my idle savings account to my business checking account, pay my creded cards 5,000, print a copy of the 5,000 transfer receipt, and put copies of the bills that equal 5,000? It's a very, very specific answer or question. Yeah, in Christine, if you normally pay for stuff like this monthly before COVID, if you normally pay stuff on your credit card like this, and you pay it off every month like this, exact example that you give right here, if that's the case, then yes, you can use the idle loan. And yes, I would document it like that. I would double and triple document it somehow. But yes, if it's normal practice for you, Christine, yes. If not, then no. But yes. The quick answer is yes. A client who is a sole proprietor has received an idle loan. She had her 2020 work plan prior to COVID crisis to change her business structure. In S Corp or LLC, she received her idle loan as a sole prop. Is a change from sole prop to LLC or S Corp something she needs prior okay from SBA on, consistent with the terms of the idle loan? If so, who should be communicating a request to make this change? It's not a fun question to answer because, I mean, maybe Carrie can help me with this, but I think that your client should keep her sole prop as is and not change it. She should probably also talk to her CPA or an attorney on this, but that's what I would do. But I don't know, Carrie. The question is they're currently a sole prop. They received the money as a sole prop, but before the COVID, they were going to change it to an S Corp or LLC. And should they change it now, or should they, like if they do? So actually, the question is not should they. It's actually if they are going to, how do they do that? Like, do you recommend they do that? Like, I know you can't give tax advice, but.
Right, I can't give tax or legal advice, but technically that loan would be, then you would have to notify SBA that you're changing the either ownership or structure of that loan, and you would need to get prior approval from SBA. And I'm trying to see if I have their, that's going to need to happen through the SBA EIDL servicing group, and that's down in San Antonio. And right now I'm looking for it, but can't find that information, but I'll continue to do so and try and put that in the chat here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alan, can you put the link for the upcoming webinars on the chat, please, Alan? The link for the upcoming webinars, like how they find it, stuff like
Yes, I shall throw that in right now. I'm also going to share the results on that poll that we did as well. So those results are up there for everyone to see.
Look at all those. They got all those nice people saying that it was just perfect. That's really sweet.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Yeah, and then everybody wants this forgiveness, huh?
I think that just says what everyone wants to know about, and I just wish we had the information that we could reliably share with them.
It's really weird. Like, it's that question. That question we always get a very mixed bag. This question, like, what do you want to hear more about? Like, maybe we should change the the responses. Like, make up something like Shakespeare poetry around loans or something like that.
Well, I could always relaunch the Shakespeare poems, Shakespeare loans poll. See if anybody.
Yeah, we should something like that. But it's always the same. So people want to know about other COVID finance options. They want to know about expansion financing, startup financing, and reconsideration. Those are all within 10% of each other. And then the PPP forgiveness is the overwhelmingly. It's the one thing that we don't have any information on. Because they're probably going to change it because they're talking about this August 10th day of when they're going to launch a new PPP. So yeah, cool, man. Thanks for doing that. That was a really good poll. Thank you. You're as long as I give you a heads up, you're really good at it, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And a heads up of like before the event.
Oh, even
more fantastic. Yeah, I realize you only see me here, but But you do have my email, Scott. You could send me an email with, I'd like a poll on this, and I'll have it ready for you.
All right, man. That sounds good. I might do that Tuesday at midnight. Let's do that.
Okay. You know what? That's in advance of Wednesday morning. That works for me.
Awesome. Thank you. Sunita, is there
We have a lot of questions in regards to the EIDL reconsideration, how long it's going to take. One says, my client was approved for the EIDL loan, but was unable to verify his identity. One of the questions did not relate to who he was. How long does it take for them to get back to him? It's been 3 weeks. Carrie, should the client call the district office, or how should they handle that? Because there's a lot of questions with that they've been waiting 1-2 months in regards to reconsideration and just being told just to hold on.
There is quite a queue in the reconsideration, as you can imagine, the millions of small businesses that are in that situation. If they're located in our Sacramento district area and want to give us a call, we'll see what we can do to help assist them with that. But other than that, unfortunately, it is a challenge for you to have to be reconsidered. So give us a call there at 916-735-1700. We'll see if we can find some additional assistance for you. And again, there are quite a few small businesses in similar situations. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
All right, cool. Thank you, Carrie. There's discussion about the $1,000 being up to $10,000 because the SBA did not distribute funds as the feds directed initially. What do you know? We don't know anything right now on the 1,000, 10,000. Linda, I would probably foresee that something being like later down the road, like maybe like in Q4 when we'll hear something about that. Like that's going to have to go through legislation and a bunch of other stuff that we don't really have time to wait for per se. So we'll have to figure it out when it comes, Linda. But as of right now, there's no information on that right now that we're going to tell you because we don't know. If a borrower is funded a 7A before September, how long is the period the SBA pays a P&I for the loan? It's 6 months. 6 months, SBA will pay the principal and interest of a loan if you get a loan before September. For sole proprietors waiting for EIDL funds, does SBA require in their bank account information their full name, such as John Doe as business name instead of FBN for business, DBA, such as Magic Widgets to distribute the funds? Their bank does accept both names, by the way, John Doe for Magic Widgets. All right. Alex. Yeah, so they are very specific on how they want the, I don't know if their bank account information has to be the same. They should ask SBA if that has to be the exact same. I don't know. I don't know if Carrie knows that. But to be funded for EIDL, Carrie, does the name that they write the check in to fund you have to match the name on your business account?
Yes. This is a small business loan, and so the names would have to match the account and whatever name you gave on the document for application to the EIDL program.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
So just like the what's it called? The EIDL, when you apply, you're supposed to put your business name on there. If you changed your business name, but your last tax returns had your old business name on it, then that's what they're going off of. So that's what Carrie's talking about. It has to match exactly. It is a funded loan to that entity, so it has to match exactly. Yes. So look at that. There's 58 questions answered, most of which Sunita answered. We answered some live that you captured here. We asked 2 polls, which is great. We've been consistently getting about 125, 150 people on these calls, so we're assuming the conversation is still valid and relevant and all that good stuff. We did commit to doing these throughout the month of August, as long as the demand is still there and we interject some new things like the forgiveness or the new PPP that's supposed to come out next week, and all this great stuff. So we are going to continue to have these 2 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, depending on the demand, availability, the information, especially if stuff changes. Sunita religiously checks the Treasury's website and the SBA's website. And for the last 4 weeks, there hasn't been really no movement per se. We're all waiting for the same thing you're waiting for, which is this new thing that's supposed to come out August 10th or somewhere around next week. So, so do you have an SBA resource number for New Jersey and Philadelphia? Oh,
Sorry, I just told him to go onto the website.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be a local SBDC, one in New Jersey, one in Pennsylvania. There might be, I believe New York has got, well, there may be more than one for each of those, but there's certainly there's SBDCs following it, supporting every part of the country, and they have their local SBA contacts as well.
All right. Linda says, I'm a sole prop. I had to close my massage studio in March due to mobile massage. Have received PPP and idle money. Do I need to be concerned about this? Well, Linda, if you don't have a business anymore, then yeah. You should give all the money back. That's what I would do if I were you. You could relaunch your business, because if you closed it in March, you could technically reopen it in the same year and just say you took, a couple months off, like you didn't have any sales for a couple months, which is common in some businesses, and just start doing your business, Linda, and using the money to run and operate your business. But if you are done and you quit, you fold it and you're just done, you're fed up, then yeah, I'd give your money back, because you would be liable to show that you used it for the right things, just like any other person. I have a business, but the state isn't allowing us to work. Hey, Linda Bagnall, I recommend that you call us or email us. You have a lot of questions here, and we'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm not sure if you're a client and you have a different SBDC you'd rather go to, but you can do that. Or you could call us at 833 ASKSBDC. We used to get 120 calls a day. Now we get 20 calls. So we want you to call us. Just like blow up our phone. Just call us right now, all day long. We love it. All right. Somebody has a client who operated as a sole prop from January of 19 until July of 19, then changed to an S corp for the balance of 19. The lender for the PPP is only looking at the W-2 employee of the S corp. Should they apply as a sole prop and a separate PPP for the S corp? What if income could be considered for the PPP for the owners of the S corp? They each took out. Oh my gosh! All right, Brian. It's a great question, Brian. It's a really long answer. It's very specific, and it's also a legal question, potentially a legal question based on S corp, sole prop, W-2, all that great stuff. You should, since you're one of our consultants, Brian, you just text me, man, and we'll chit chat about that for a little while, maybe a couple hours, who knows? All right. I'd like to use that loan to pay my manufacturers to design clothes for my business. Would I qualify for the loan? I would like to use that loan. All right. Tandasino, I don't know if you asked other questions in here that I didn't see. I don't understand what you're talking about. If you want to start a business and pay manufacturers to design clothes for your business, we can do that. Would you qualify for the loan? I don't really know. Why don't you call us, Tandasino? We'll chit chat with you and answer all your amazing questions about your business. Sheila, is that Case Force webinars on Thursdays at 4? Yes, it is. Sheila or Shyla. It is Thursdays at 4. You can go to AskSBDC.com and click on the link in there for Case Force. It is every Thursday from 4 to 5:30. It's we haven't been having a lot of people jump on as before, but it's still there every Thursday at 4 to 5:30.
And we're kind of running that a little bit more now. So let me put in the chat the link to register for that. So it's a little bit different the way it used to be. People just like turn up, and now it's more like this. So you register in advance, and then you choose if you're going to turn up. But the link for that for the case force office hours is in the chat now.
Cool. So 11:24 we answered almost 70 questions, and we had a lot of fun doing it. It's been a fun morning.
And some polls. And
look at that. We did polls before the end. That's amazing. We were very proactive sort of this morning. Half proactive. How about that? I didn't get the deck to Alan until like 10:25, but nobody needs to know that, right? Only 100.
Apparently they do, Scott. Apparently they do.
Yeah, we'll hold on for a couple more minutes, but then we'll probably just cut it since there's very little questions here. We used 100% of our PPP loan last week. Is our covered period last week or at the end of 24 weeks, which is October. So it's we don't know if you can ask for forgiveness before the end of the 24 weeks. We don't know that yet. Well, Carrie knows that, or we do know that.
At this point in time, Scott, yes, you can.
Oh,
But
you
the
can.
lenders are not ready for that. So you can be anywhere after the 8 weeks or, during that 24-week period, but your lenders are not ready yet. The portal is not going to be open for them to request forgiveness applications for the lenders to SBA until the 10th. And that's just tentative at this point in time. So we'll wait until the 10th and see if that's a go or not. The other thing is you don't want to be the first one to use it. I'm sure things will change, like in the process of EIDL. So just hang tight, make sure you have all your documents together. Look at the application. It is on the Treasury website or SBA website. I can also put it in the chat, or Alan can put it in the chat, and start reviewing that and see what documents are needed. It states right on the application itself what you're going to need. So hang tight, but we will have another webinar going over all of that once it's been solidified.
Okay, and Sunita, this is Carrie. I just want to clarify, the portal that's being discussed is actually for the lender, not for the applicant.
Right.
So the applicants will still work with their lender, and they won't have access to that portal. I've had some people want to know when they can access it, and it's actually for the lender. So the borrower of the Paycheck Protection Program loan will be working with their lender to have their forgiveness application submitted to SBA. Thank you.
Thank you. And look on your lender's websites. They are really good at this point in time about putting the information that's required. So look on their websites. I've looked at a couple and they are pretty up to date on what they require. And if you need additional assistance, you can reach out to us, 833-ASKSBDC, and we can go over that with you.
So somebody's asking to explain what the Case Force webinar is. So it's simply, there's a group of lawyers who give their time for about an hour and a half on a Thursday afternoon. And there's a specialist, there's various specialists. There's one there who's an HR and EDD specialist. There's one who's we had someone last week who was a leasing and there's a corporate lease specialist. Usually Scott's in there, or last week Chris Horton was in there asking PPP, asking questions about that. So it's a bunch of lawyers with particular specialities who are answering questions in the same way that we answer them here about finance stuff. They answer there about specific legal questions around around issues that have crept up with COVID. They can only, they'll only be able to answer COVID-related questions, or because of some rules they have there. But it's a great session. Again, depends on how many people turn up and how many questions you get.
Thanks. Somebody, Mary, said she's confused. If I end up closed and I have used all the PPP, will I still be able to receive forgiveness? Sounded like you just told the massage therapist to give the money back. Mary, it does depend when you get the money. I doubt that person got the money. She closed in March, so I doubt she got the money in March, since I don't think anybody got the money in March. But so if you end up closed and if you haven't closed yet and you receive the money, I don't know however long ago, Mary, it is case by case. If you are in business and you receive the money and then you end up closing, but you documented everything correctly, then yes, you can still get it forgiven even though you close. But it
Scott,
does.
I think the confusion is around the word closed here. So there's my business is shut down because I'm not allowed to be open is one version of the term closed, which I think is what the original poster and this person and Mary was talking about. What you're talking about is actually closing and shutting down the business, essentially liquidating the business. So there's two differences here. And I think that's the reason for the confusion, because I think there's two different thoughts about what I think what they're asking about when they say closed is not what you're answering around when you say closed.
I think it is. I think closed means closed, like you closed your business. But if Ellen wants to have a little riddle about what closed, we can do that later.
So she said she didn't close the business. She just closed her location. She's got mobile, she says. So a business has moved from being a fixed business in a building that's now shut.
Yeah, I can see that now, actually. Thank you.
Yeah.
She did clarify.
Yeah.
I think the word means close. When you close your business, to me, that means you shut it down. It's over, but I guess not. She went from retail brick and mortar to mobile. So Linda, since you are still in business, yeah, you can spend the money. Yeah, I get it, Linda, but it's a little different from what you're talking about. Restaurants are closed inside, yes, but they're not closed outside. But like you're still in business, Linda. Regardless if you went from retail to mobile, you're still in business. Use the money appropriately. If you close your business, document everything, and then it still will be potentially forgiven. But since you're still in business, mobile or not mobile, doesn't matter. You're still in business. It doesn't matter if you close your shop. As long as you haven't shut down your business, you can spend your money, Linda. So hopefully you didn't give it back from the time that I was talking about it till now, which would be nearly impressive if you did. But yeah, so still in business. Okay, Linda. Sounds good, Linda. You got a lot of questions, a lot of stuff to say. We're here for you. Please call us or call your local SBDC office. I apologize if I confused you and confused other people, but yeah. I guess the word closed means different things to people, so my bad. And Alan over here, Alan's on your side apparently, so he's not on my side.
I just being much newer than you are, Scott, to the whole small business arena. I was using the layman's term for closed, as in I can't get in, rather than closed as in closed down.
It's 11:32. We want to thank everybody for joining us again today. We are so happy that you're still joining us and asking great questions, and that we can still be of service to you. Like Scott said, we are here for you. Please give us a call at 833-ASK-SBDC. If you want to see any of our webinars again, that's going to be fun. Please go to AskSBDC.com. And if you want to sign up for Case Force, please go to AskSBDC.com as well, or any of the other great webinars that we have. Also, David put in the chat SBA webinars that will be coming up this month as well. We want to thank everybody for joining us, and we wish you a great day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye. See you Wednesday.